This is the Will and Grace After Show, Season 10, Episode 2. Grace and Will have career change, Jack has commitment issues, and where the hell is Karen? Stay tuned.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
What's this? Dun, 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 dun.
I just want to jiggle.
Yeah, can't get enough of this, right? Welcome back, AfterBuzzers. I'm Louiza Shar. I'm so excited to be leading the panel today for Will and Grace. So much went down this episode. Grace wants to run for office. Will goes back. Will is a teacher and has a beard, and Jack wants to get wifed up but has commitment issues, and where the hell is Karen? So much going on. But before I introduce my host, I just want to say we have some fun news and gossip for you. We have some fun special segments for you, and now I can introduce my beautiful co-host.
Hey everyone, I'm Kristen Mclaughlin. I'm so excited to be here. This is our second episode, so we have so much to talk about, and Maite will be back next week, and looking forward to 18 episodes, right?
A
Total.
great fun season.
Yeah.
And again, I'm Louiza Shar. I will be leading the panel this season. Thank you so much for being here. And let's dig in. First of all, overall thoughts on this episode.
I thought it was hilarious. I was not expecting a lot of what happened.
Yeah.
And so I'm pleasantly surprised. And then, of course, I'm never surprised about the fact that they always bring up stuff that's going on in, like, the world.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm always happy and laughing and excited to watch because, I mean, they're hilarious. Their comebacks are great. And, Tim talked about the physicality that Jack has. I mean, he's shaving as you-know-what.
The physical comedy that Jack does.
Too much,
amazing.
But it's great, yeah.
I love it, and it's kind of news for us, too, because we touch up on stuff that we don't know, so it's perfect.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's dig in and talk about Will getting a job as a teacher.
I know. Where did that come from?
Right? I mean, here's the thing. You are a successful corporate attorney, and now you're kind of taking a step back.
Yeah. Because I think it's like, I wouldn't have a problem if he was like a professor at like a really prominent university, but the fact that he's not, and he's at like, and no shade on community college teachers, but like, he's been a very successful person with his own firm, and now he's kind of like backtracked. Like, what's going on?
Do you think it's insecurities about his life, like midlife kind of crisis that he's going through, especially with that beard that he needs to paint? Like, that's hilarious.
I think so. I think you're absolutely right. I think he's trying to kind of, I don't know, he's kind of like almost like, because he said something about being in the woods, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
the only gay guy in the woods.
Yeah. But almost like he's nesting in a weird way, like old people do. You know what I mean?
Like the comfort level.
Yeah, like this comforting, like, I don't know. Everything, like, steps back to that. Because, like, shaving is one of those things that's kind of, like, tedious, right?
Girl, it's brutal.
But he's letting it grow out.
Yeah.
And then he's doing this easy job. Like, he's not challenging himself. And then he's talking about going to the woods. Like, obviously there's some ageism things going on there.
The Will we know also would love to get Botox or would consistently get it. So it's kind of, letting that go. But, speaking of ageism and Grace, she's kind of also dabbling into this new career, running for office.
I know.
Well,
so
not
sophisticated.
office, but,
And it's good to see a woman, right?
Right?
Just taking charge and, like, really just putting in,
hilarious.
The effort. Even if it's not president, like she said, it's New York interior designer. But it's just funny to see that she's pushing herself. Almost like they trade spaces.
Right?
Right?
Yeah, and especially when she goes like, the bees are dying. Like, how hilarious is that?
I know. She's trying to just sound sophisticated, and it's like,
their lives are such parallel.
Yeah.
Right? They're both, and especially if we can touch on it a bit, both their parents getting married too.
I know.
So
That's nuts.
Like,
and they really opened up into that, like, without, like, there wasn't like a little ceremony. It was like, boom, they're married.
And the parents are married, but then they haven't found love in their personal lives.
Yeah.
Grace is pushing 38. That number is always thrown around.
Oh, yeah.
As a woman, and we're both women too, the pressure, we know how we feel the pressure.
100%. And it was funny because if you paid attention to them sitting at the bar, it was almost like they were at a funeral, you guys.
Girl.
Like, they were dressed in all black. They looked so sad and awful. And I mean, not that they looked awful, but they just didn't look very happy, so.
You know, it's just a changing time for them.
It is.
You know, they're going to try to dabble and see what else is out there.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that.
You know, it's life. We evolve and grow, right?
Yeah, no, totally, 100%.
So before we jump into topic 2, Cristal has to share some great stuff with us.
I have
Cristal?
some wonderful news. Hey, AfterBuzzers, our network produces after shows for nearly all of your favorite TV shows, from dramas, reality TV, sci-fi, and more. There is no network that works harder to serve television fans. It's true. But we need your help. We are asking that you please subscribe to one or more of our YouTube channels. By subscribing to our channel, YouTube will suggest content that tailor-made for you, and you'll help AfterBuzz continue to grow. And if you are worried about those pesky notifications, as we all are, don't be, because they're optional. So hit that subscribe button now for this channel, and then check out our other AfterBuzz YouTube channels as well. Let us know you did so. Let us know you did so in the comments, and we'll thank you on air. For now, thanks for being the best fans and for helping us be on the ESPN of TV Talk.
There you go. Thanks, Cristal.
Absolutely.
And again, please subscribe. You know, we're on Spotify now. Subscribe there, on iTunes, on YouTube. We literally cater to you. We are a buffet. So thank you so much for the love.
And we'll also be doing live feed next time.
Yes. We'll have our laptop with us. We'll have a larger panel, and we'll do all that. So
and then you can join in.
Exactly. Okay, so let's talk about Jack, you know, trying to get the ring on, but then backing out. Commitment issues, girl. So let's dabble that right now.
I would say it doesn't surprise me, but I don't know. I think he's just scared because it's something new, and I don't think that he really is gonna back out completely. I mean, he even said so later on in the episode that, you know, Karen said something about like, oh, you guys should get back together, and he's like, oh, you know, we'll talk about it when we have our, you know, our little hookup. So I think it's just him kind of getting the wedding jitters. You know, every guy gets that. In fact, it's so funny. I have a friend that's getting married, and I was asking him if he gets that, and he was like, no. So I think most men, I feel like, and I could be wrong, but I feel like most men do get the wedding jitters because, you know, it is a commitment for life. And, you know, but he shouldn't be. He's like up in age, and his man is hot, and, you know.
You know what it is? It's just influenced by friends. You know, not to change shows, but taking it back to Sex and the City. Remember when Big got freaked out from Miranda's talk and left Carrie hanging? The same thing happened. He got influenced by Karen.
She's terrible.
With her awful, you know, married life. And, you know, we all know she has an affair. She's not happy. But they're great together. You know, finally this guy's settling down. And now you're just giving him mind games.
Yeah, totally. But I think Esteban will like definitely hold his own. I think he really knows what he wants, and he's not going to put up with what Jack is giving him. That's for sure. But
do you think commitment issues will just kind of go away when you do find the right one, or is that an insecurity that you feel like you want more experiences?
I don't know. I think it just, I feel like when you find the right person, I think you might be right. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we'll figure it out and see with Jack's journey. But, you know, I want to talk about now Karen. First of all, you know, spotting her on that famous Universal tour we've all been on. Yeah. And then, you know, getting handed divorce papers, and then Alec Baldwin coming, Malcolm.
Yeah, Malcolm.
So what's your thoughts on that? Like Karen drifting away and going away?
You know, honestly, I was really surprised and a little saddened by that because, you know, Stan has been a staple in this show for a really long time. But I have some news later that I will be sharing about that.
Good.
But I feel like, you know, maybe this is going to, you know, bring more excitement back into the show. And, you know, hopefully, you know, we'll get to see her dating and maybe, you know, maybe she'll end up back with Stan. I don't know. You don't know. You know what I mean? So
I mean, I don't
know.
I feel like she really loves Malcolm, though. You know, even though how he kind of came back for her, you know, there's something there.
Oh, 100%. You can tell that they have this, like, hate-love relationship that's sort of toxic, but that's why it works. You know what I mean? It's definitely, you can tell they have a good sex life.
It's always like that, right? With the one you're not supposed to be with, so it's hot and juicy.
I don't know. I'm a virgin, Mom.
Oh, God,
my mom, if you're watching, I'm a virgin.
30-year-old virgins, right? But yeah, I just feel like she's at a point right now where she's like, I'm pushing my 50s or whatever it is. Let me enjoy my life with someone that I want. And we won't know until the show progresses.
Yes,
but it's
absolutely.
like, I would want a more storyline between Malcolm and Karen.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing that I got from that was like, I literally was like, okay, what happened to Karen? Did he do, like, before they showed her in Universal Studios, I was like, did Stan off her? Because obviously, like, he's a man who's in power and he could totally do that. And really, she is sort of not a nice person. And, even though she's very lovable, I mean, a man gets tired of that, right? So
of course. I mean, I would believe if Stan would hire someone to kill her.
Yeah, 100%. So when that woman came and was looking for her, I was like, uh-oh, let's just hope,
Yeah, but did you notice that she was giving red flags to her friends and they didn't
100%.
really notice? That's just sad. Like,
I know.
You come over to Jack's house, do the booby hug.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The best. And then you say, Jack, I'm going. But he doesn't even make anything with it. Like,
he doesn't.
So are your friends really caring about you?
Yeah. I mean, and it's so funny, like, what she was missing for 5 days, right? And they don't even notice until, like, someone comes and knocks on the door. And then they're like, oh, yeah, I remember now. They're so engrossed in their own life. And I think the thing is they always hold Karen as a person. They always hold her to this on a pedestal as to being, like, sort of in control of her life and just very much just okay to she's not one that needs a ton of help, you know what I mean? I think she's very independent, even though she's using Stan for his money, but overall I think she's just a very independent woman. So that's why I was kind of like, wait, hold up a second, what is really going on here? So yeah, shame on them for being bad friends, you know what I mean? I mean, come on, it's even if she is the way she is, that's still your friend.
But as friends, if you don't even text each other for 3-4 days, you're like, are you okay? Like, send me a DM, are you okay?
Yeah.
So they're kind of out of tune.
Yeah. So I guess that's just probably all the stuff they're going through right now, too. You know what I mean? Like, everybody has their stuff that they're going through. And sometimes I think when you're going through whatever it is that you're going through, you tend to just be blindsided by, like, what everybody else has going on. You know what I mean?
It's hard.
So,
it's very hard to maintain a friendship.
Absolutely.
Right? Okay, so, you mentioned news and gossip, so, go for it.
I did. So I was searching. I wanted to find something that, like, it just didn't pop up. So I found on tvguide.com a little breakdown. This is probably going to be a little bit of a spoiler alert, just so you know, guys. So whatever it is that I read, don't get upset with me. I found it on tvguide.com, and they had, like, an interview with all of the cast members. So we'll start off with Jack. Jack is really going to be a married man with Esteban. So.
What?
Yes. Hayes told TV Guide that Jack will try his best to be a good husband, even if he has a wandering eye. And then he says, I've always played him like a teenage girl, and he will remain that way while balancing real-life problems.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
Fans, just close your ears.
I know. For Grace, there wasn't a lot on Grace. All they said was she'll be running for president of the design board, right? She's, like, getting to politics, which we already knew. But she also is going to have Noah as her new flame.
That I want. I do want
we don't know how much, though, right? Because, I mean, sometimes, they'll say that and then we don't see any more. We saw a snippet of him in the beginning, so who knows if that's going to continue. Yeah. As for Will will be teaching students at a community college, which is what happened. And he'll also be dealing with an ick factor, seeing his mom and Grace's dad get closer together. Yeah. He won't be a typical ball of nerves, though, this time. So I guess he's going to, like, not be such a diva about things, and he's sort of more lax, which you kind of saw in this episode, right?
He's toned down a bit.
100%. What they're going for is, what they're going for, the show, is what if I'm okay being a man of a certain age and being happy?
So peaceful.
Yeah. Like, I think we can all relate to that. I mean, sometimes I think of myself, I'm like, well, maybe I wasn't meant to get married. I mean, who knows?
Finding peace in your everyday.
Yes, absolutely. And not needing someone to, validate that. Like, you can validate it within yourself. There isn't a sense of desperation. Again, that's what they're saying. And Will's getting a new bae.
Yay!
Yeah, so it's going to be Matt Boner.
Matt Boner. Okay, yay. Awesome.
Yep.
Looking forward to that.
I was like, wait, let me make sure I read that right. And as for Karen, okay.
A boner or Matt Boner?
Yeah. Karen is in for the shock of her life when Stanley dumps her before she can even divorce him, which we saw tonight. Absolutely. And then she's going to be on the prowl, but might not have the best luck in playing the field. She doesn't have heart. But Mahali said there will be a glimpse of one. So
finally.
So that's what I was saying. I think we're going to see her dating.
Yes.
And this is going to be funny because I think, like they said, she doesn't have a heart. She's not kind. So imagine, that's just like a recipe for disaster, which is going to be so entertaining, you guys. And then they said at the very end, overall, to wrap it up, they said the craziness culminates in someone getting married this season.
No.
Yes. So who do you think it might be?
Oh, married?
Yeah.
Well, Jack.
I would say it's not Jack.
You think it's Karen just because she has like a little heart in there? I mean...
You know, I would say I would pick the person that you would least expect, and it would probably be Grace.
Okay.
I have a feeling that Grace is going to be the one that gets married, you guys.
Oh my God.
You know, if you comment on our iTunes, let us know, like, who do you think, right?
Well, you know, that's amazing. Thank you for getting that amazing info. And to add on to that, I want to share some great LGBTQ news. First of all, today is National Coming Out Day.
Yeah.
Woo! And I want to highlight a governor. Her name is Kate Brown, and she is the first openly bisexual governor.
Wow.
Yes,
that's impressive. And she's a woman.
Yes, in Oregon. Amazing. And she just talks about her story as a young lawyer. She was terrified to go to her law firm because she didn't want people to know that she was dating a woman.
Oh,
and then years passed by, she realizes she's a bisexual.
Wow.
And then she has a off-the-record conversation with a reporter and says that she's a bisexual. And this reporter gives her a one-page spread in the LGBT political caucus.
That's brave.
And then she was outed as a bisexual, and then she went to talk about how politicians, you know, it was so taboo at that time. And then someone reached out to her and said, a young woman reached out to her and said, because of you, I'm living right now. Because you decided to come out. So power to everyone in the LGBTQ community.
Seriously.
We love you, and we want to share your stories as much as we can.
100%.
We're hoping we are going to do that as a weekly thing and highlight your love, your positivity, anything that you do in the community.
Absolutely.
We love you.
Absolutely. It kind of reminds me of I know we're going off onto another show, but I love Mindhunter, and literally one of the characters in there is like trying to keep it under wraps about her being a lesbian. It's crazy. I couldn't even imagine having to come out and not just, you know, to just family, but to, you know, work. And I mean, we were lucky we live in California because so many people are so much more open about, you know, being gay or just transitioning or anything that has to do with that. But I'm telling you, like, I would be terrified in other states.
It's like even a small little issue, like not even a gay issue, but so many cultural pressure families telling your mom and dad 100%. You're not dating someone in your culture.
Yeah.
Imagine these people, you know, are gay and lesbian, the pressure that they feel.
Oh my God, I can't even imagine.
You know, and I do want to mention a tweet that Ellen DeGeneres tweeted that I just have to share. I screenshot all her tweets. And she said, it was just so beautiful. Where is it?
I love her.
I love her too. She's like, the best gift you can give yourself is the courage to be who you really are.
Oh. Yeah.
We love you, Ellen.
Truly. That's she is so good at that, you know. If it wasn't for people like her, we wouldn't it's funny because when I was looking up news, I researched her, and I was just like thinking about how she really was the first person that come out, and like as a woman as well, you know, that's so powerful, you know.
Such a pioneer. And we look up to you, and we love you. And, you know, speaking about love and our favorite parts of the episode, so what was your favorite quote or line of the episode?
Oh, my God. They said so many, you guys.
Yeah, I have it.
And I was trying to write a bunch, but, like, they said them so quickly. So I only caught two. I liked in the beginning how Karen said about Will and Grace's dad and mom getting married. 9 months later, a dust baby. And then... Right? And then I also liked when Will said, couldn't they wait for us to die?
I wrote that one, too.
That was so so funny.
Great minds. Yeah.
I loved that one.
That was amazing. Okay, so I have when Jack was shaving himself.
Oh my God.
Over the phone to his mother, and then he goes like, "Of course it's Doze. Like, of course I'm shaving that area." Brilliant.
And how he was denying it at first. Deny, right?
Yeah.
And then, okay, it is.
Yeah, and I mean, that scene with the tweezers when he wasn't even looking at the mirror, like, physical comedy, dude. Like,
so good.
Amazing.
He's so amazing, yeah.
And then the other one I just had to say is about Karen when Will says she's throwing minks at the red paint when it's usually the other way around. I love that too.
This show is so good. It's so written. It's written so well. And even I just could tell like this year it's going to be that much better. You can see that there's a little bit more consistency, and it's not kind of like all over the place like last year it was.
Yeah.
I honestly, I have to say, like, Jack really is one of my favorite characters, and I'm always like going back and forth between him and Karen. Because she just says, I was just thinking about like even the way she says the lines, right? So like when I was looking up stuff, I came across like her favorite or the lines that she says, and they're politically incorrect. And there was like 50 of them. And I was reading each one and I was laughing so hard because I was like, wow, she really brings that character to life. You really have to appreciate that. Like, that's really difficult.
Oh my God.
Megan Mahoney really becomes Karen. She really does.
And the fact that she's completely the opposite in real life, it's a complete transformation.
It's insane. Yeah. Everything. I mean, from like the outfits to like the physicality that she has as well. You know, I know it's not as much as like as Jack, but you know, she really takes over. When she walks in the room, it's almost like you feel her presence.
And the acting will always remain timeless. That's why people will always have viewers on this show. And season 10 going strong, you know, who knows how many more seasons we'll have.
Yeah.
And with the political climate right now, with elections in a few weeks, things are popping.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to bring up Kavanaugh.
Oh yeah, please.
That would be so funny.
Oh my God. Have you been
So
following
funny.
that?
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you're glued to your TV.
No, I know. When I watched that whole episode or that whole debate thing.
I get my news from SNL. Okay. Okay, so let's talk about some predictions.
Yeah.
Predictions.
And now your AfterBuzz TV.
I know.
Halloween's almost here, people.
I know.
I guess I would say, only because I brought it up earlier at the news, I think maybe they'll finally introduce Will's new beau. And maybe he'll meet him at school. He'll be like another staff member, you guys.
Ooh,
right?
I got goosebumps.
And then that could be kind of like sexy. If you think about it, they can like make out in the school like closet or something.
Okay. Like we did in high school, right? No, Mom.
Not we, but she did.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's what I think is gonna happen.
Nice. Well, to add to that, I mean, I want Will to find love. He's always some kind of victim, so mopey and sad.
And do you see how handsome he looks with that beard?
So cute.
Oh my God,
he actually
the
reminds
dye.
me of my bestie George. If you're watching, hi. He told me
Hi,
he's going to tune in.
George.
Yes, Will needs some love. Gosh, I see Karen actually having something stable with Malcolm.
100%.
I want that. I think it's a hot-heated affair about to turn into something. And I think Jack will actually end up with Esteban.
I think so too.
It's time.
I think what's going to happen is they're going to play the story like him having his issues while they're together, and it's going to be, I think it's going to be really comical. Like, he's going to do a lot of bad things, but he's not going to, he's not going to cheat, but he's going to do a lot of bad things, and Esteban is going to be sort of like, he almost is like up in the air in his thoughts, right? So he doesn't notice too much.
Yeah, I hate that. He's just floating. Like, what are you doing?
He's a little bit of an airhead.
Yeah.
So that's why I think it'll be funny, because he's so unaware of what's really going on. But we'll see.
And I would, like Grace to date Noah. So let's see what happens with that. And I'm interested to see what's going to happen with her office position in the interior design committee.
Yeah.
She needs that step up.
What if she doesn't get it, or like she's on the verge of not getting it, and then Will comes to the rescue? Like, that would be kind of cool.
Will comes to the rescue, or Noah?
Will.
Oh, Will. How?
And maybe that's where they'll like work together again.
Oh,
you know
attorney.
what I mean?
Okay, politicals. Okay,
Yeah.
got it in the political.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But if Noah does, I'm good with that too.
Right? Well, I think Will can handle all the attorney stuff, that he's so good at. But okay, that's it. Well,
Yeah.
in the meantime, where can everyone find you on social media?
Yeah, I'm Kristen Mclaughlin. You guys can find me on all social media at Cristal823. That's with an I, Cristal823. I hope you guys follow me. Also comment. Let me know you watch the show. Tell us how we did, if we need to do better, or if we did great, or just we want to hear your feedback. And if you have a question or a comment, please reach out to us. We're also on Twitter. And yeah, I can't wait to see you guys next week.
And I'm Louiza Shar. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Louiza Shar, and on Facebook at Louiza Shar Matian. I'm also on the Deuce After Show, Monday nights at 9 p.m. Fantastic show. I know you're also a fan.
Yes.
So,
I love the show.
Yeah, and until next time, you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.